Hola, mi nombre es KosherTech. Hoy tenemos algunos ventiladores RGB chinos para revisar. Vamos.
Let's go. Anyway, so these are from Enermax. You cop them on Amazon for like $1. I'm bugging. Cop them on Amazon for like $45. They're actually a little cheaper than the ST fans. I'm gonna go with the Lian Li ST fans, which I reviewed. I'm gonna have a card up there as well as in the description below, and I think I'm gonna take them out and show you guys. But anyways, these are Enermax HF Chino fans, HF120 white. Also come in black, so black and white. They work with your addressable Enermax RGB or a sync, Razer Chroma, Gigabyte Fusion, MSI, and ASRock. So all the Mobo basically manufacturers. We have the specs here in Chinese. I got a 2-pack, so like I said, they're like $45. I'm gonna have all this in the description below. I'm just gonna keep it quick here. So these are PWM from 500 to 1600 RPM, which is max. Model numbers listed here. Airflow 22.5 CFM, noise level 14 through 27 dBA. With noise level, you guys also have to understand it's very subjective to the speed that they're on. That's why that's 27, as well as how many fans you have installed. So if you're gonna put, this is for the individual fan. That's where they're measuring the dBA. When you have all 6 or 3 or whatever fans you can have installed, the dBA is going to be obviously different. But anyways, all this, like I said, I'm gonna have in the description below. These actually look dope. I gotta say they're pretty fuego. At least the boxes, the presentation. Enermax actually never disappoints with what's what. I like how they have everything covered, everything compartmentalized here. They have the little baggie over here with all the accessories. So, oh wow, look at that. We actually have like Enermax Power Innovation Design adhesive. Basically, it's just for zip ties. And then all the connections here, as well as the manual, which actually is, wow. Wow. Okay, so it basically just gives you the entire breakdown here. I mean, actually really informative, very dope. All right, so let's check out the fans. So they have a little, okay, so I guess you could just pull them out here with the strap. Okay, that's pretty dope. So you can just pull them out, and the fans, like I said, they're individualized in their own little box. Okay. Okay, they don't feel as good as the ST. They feel, I'll be honest with you guys, they feel a little cheaper than the Lian Li fans, but overall, like right here, we just have the fan LED is just gonna light up with RGB. There's no inner. There's no outer ring for RGB, and then there's no inner ring. As I could see over here, there's no rings over here for RGB. We have the rubber paddings over here, dampen out the sound. Again, nothing here, no RGB on the other side and the inside or outside. But they don't feel as good as the Lian Li. I mean, you do get some bend over here. They're using, whatever plastic that they got going on here. This is a 4-pin connector as well, PWM 4-pin connector. So you just connect them, and you could just basically, they're not proprietary, so this method is not going to use a hub or anything like that, so it's going to be a lot easier for you guys. So this is just regular addressable. You could just daisy chain the 3-pin over here, and this is male and female. Like I said, this is a 4-pin PWM header. So let me see. So the installation guide gave you Molex, which is whack. Okay, so this Molex, I gotta see what this looks like, a fan splitter for power. I gotta check that out. As well as we have SATA here for the hub. So there's 2 ways of basically installing it. I guess let's just, and they give you 3M tape over here, which this side I believe is magnetic, which is nice, I think. All right, so this is a 3-way splitter. So what you're gonna do is this is for fan speed. You're gonna plug in the male into the female, and then essentially you're gonna plug them as many fans as you have, and then you're gonna split the signal. You're gonna put this, if you're just rocking 3 fans, you're gonna put this into your one of your PWM fan headers on your motherboard, so you can control the speed via BIOS or any other third-party software. Now, if you're gonna use more fans, you could just basically connect them all, and then you could just use it essentially like that. But let's have the connections. Now, if you are going to use ARGB via Mobo, what you're going to essentially do is you're going to connect all of them via, so like I said, there's 2 ways. So if you're going to be using the ARGB via your motherboard, you're not going to need the hub. The hub is if you have a 4-pin connector, if you're not going to be able to use the addressable RGB, you're going to be using the hub. Now, if you do have a 3-pin ARGB connector what you're going to be doing is you're going to use the addressable version. So what you're going to essentially do is you're going to pop this one over here. You're going to pop it out and you're going to put them in. 3 lines up with 2 lines up with 2, 1 lines up with 1. Bam, goes in like that. And then essentially you're going to just connect all the fans. You're going to just daisy chain all the fans like that. Let me show you guys. So then same thing. You're just going to keep on going, you know, until as many fans, like I said, as many fans as you have. And then once you're done with the process, all you're going to essentially do is find the 3-pin over here, and then you're going to plug it into your motherboard to use the ARGB software. And that's basically it. Now, if you are using the hub, what you're going to essentially do is you're going to plug this in into here, the 3-pin male that's sticking out into the 3-pin female, and then the other side you're going to plug in the power for SATA right here. This 2-pin is going to go into here, and then you're going to plug this in into your motherboard, and then you're going to use all these features. I think the M buttons to switch colors or something. I got to check on the manual. And then these are believed to switch colors or speed up the LEDs. We went over this. This is the addressable, what is this? The fan splitters. Now this, I want to say is, so this is for a fan splitter. Basically, it's going to be powered via Molex. If you guys want to do it like that, you guys could do it like that, or you could just plug it into your motherboard. Now, if you're going to plug it into your motherboard, you are going to have PWM functionality. If you're going to plug it into the Molex, you're not going to have PWM functionality. It's going to be running, I believe, at max RPM. So just keep that in mind. If you want it at 1600 RPM, it's up to you. There's 2 ways of installing them. Overall, the fans themselves, let me just show you guys. Check this out. They feel all right. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 fan design. I mean, they feel all right, man. I mean, let me get the Lian Li fans. So just a quick look, we have the Lian Li ST120 RGBs on the right, and then the Enermax, the HF120s on the left. Look very similar, but I gotta say the Lian Li do have some weight. The plastic they're using is much better than the Enermax plastic. The fans themselves the fan blades are bigger with the Lian Li fans compared to the Enermax fans. Also the same blade count, we have 9, and then as well as we have 9 as well. It's very similar. The fan is going to be RGB and the fan is going to be RGB here. There's no outer ring, inner ring. We have the rubber grommets over here. They're a little bigger, spaced out, just to show you guys. If we put them side by side, how they're essentially going to look. I mean, you guys judge for yourself. Like I said, I did review the ST120s. I really like these fans. They perform hella well. They push enough air, so that, you know, they're very similar. I mean, with the ST fans, you do have they give you a little more, you know, they give you a fan hub and all that. Just watch the review. You guys are gonna check it out yourselves. But the ST fan, the fan blades, you know, they have this this pattern over here. But we'll see. You know, we'll see how they perform. But for 45 bucks. For 45 bucks, I gotta say, I expected the quality to be a bit better, but they are white. But anyways, let's get into the performance. Let's go. All right, guys, so as you guys can see, we have the ghetto paper towel test basically rocking. This test basically just demonstrates the airflow being pushed by the fans. Now, quickly, what I noticed when I had them running is you do hear a bearing sound. Now, keep that in mind. I'm not sure it's just my unit, the unit that basically I bought, I do hear it. If you guys also hear a slight bearing sound, let me know, of course, in the comments. But right now we are running this at, I want to say like around 900 plus, like 950 RPM. It's very quiet. It's pushing a decent amount of air. Let's take a listen. Like I said, it is running whisper quiet. Let's turn it up. So right now it's going at 1200. Again, a slight bearing sound. Let's turn it up to max. And this is our max. bearing sound kind of went away. I really don't hear it. I hear more of the fans being pushed, pushing the air. As you guys can see, he's doing a heck of a job pushing the air as the ghetto paper towel tester, basically just going bonkers. But anyways, let's get into the conclusion of the video, as well as let's get into some RGB testing. Let's go. All right, guys, so I have them running right now in just basic standard RGB mode. Now, I will be using the controller. I kept on calling it the hub. I know earlier in the video, my bad. I meant to say controller, guys. Again, I'm confused once in a while. So I'm going to be using the controller to essentially switch colors. Just straight off the bat, I want to tell you guys, these fans are basically very similar to the Lian Li ST120s. Now, if you're going to ask me, Kosher, which ones I should go with, definitely go with the Lian Li ST120 RGB fans. They're only $5 more, guys. There's like no point to go with this brand, you know, than with Lian Li brand. So quickly, go with the Lian Li brand. It's just a little easier to work with. Quality is better. I want to say the RGBs are a little better within the Lian Li than the Enermax. But anyways, with the Enermax, this is essentially a max brightness. We're going to go switch the brightness modes right now. So this is on minimal brightness. Let's turn it up to back to max. So this is on max brightness. I got to say the brightness adjustment is pretty dope. Definitely different effects. Again, Lian Li is very similar. You have this controller, and you definitely play with all these effects. Now, the best thing is, if you are going to get these fans or the Lian Li fans, definitely use it with the ARGB software. You know, from the motherboard. These fans you could use with Razer Chroma. I believe the ST120 Lian Li fans you could also definitely use with the Razer Chroma software. Definitely double check that. Fact check me on that, but. Yeah, you get all these cool effects. I mean, typical, you know, different effects. We press the M button, and then with the M button, you know, you could slow down and speed up, and slow down the RGBs and speed them up. And then we press this mode button again, with this brightness. And then we could go through, there you go, then the effects. The effects are, I don't believe, and then, yeah, this controller is a little more annoying to use. The ST120s were a little easier to work with. I don't see a solid color, and there's honestly not a lot of colors, not a lot of color options. But yeah, this is definitely not white, so switching colors. But yeah, guys, these are the Enermax fans, the HF fans. Let me know what you cats think. Like I said, quickly, if you're gonna go with the fans, definitely go with the Lian Li ST120s. They're $5 more. There's no point of getting this brand, I think, in my opinion. Lian Li honestly does take these Enermax fans. Also, with the Lian Li, the speed goes all the way up to 1800 RPM. But anyways, guys, let me know what you cats think about these Enermax fans, guys. As always, I'm KosherTech. I'm going to catch you cats in next time. Deuces!